So here we got the value of constant C. Right, so here it would be like this: A minus X is equals to KT minus natural logarithm A. So I'll repeat, this is for first order reaction. What we are doing is, we are trying to derive a relationship between concentration and time, right? So that we can easily deduce the rate law and the order of reaction, right? Like we did in previous case for zero order reactions, right? So these are the three reactions, right? And we know that for first order reactions, the rate of reactions depend on the concentration of one of the products. Here, the concentration of one of the reactants, not products. So here the reactant is A, 2A and A and B. Here we have two reactants. So here, since we have only one reactant, so the rate of reaction would be directly proportional to the concentration of A in both the cases. In this case, the rate of reaction would be directly proportional to A or B, because rate of reaction is proportional to either of the reactant, either A or B, right? So we'll write it like this. This is the form. Now when the reaction will start, let the initial concentration of reactant be A, right? This is the initial concentration. Then after time t, let X moles of A, right, dissociate to give you product. So after time t, right, X moles have decomposed, then the concentration of reactants after time t would be your A minus X, right? So at this point, after time t, the rate of reaction we know is directly proportional to the concentration of reactant. We'll write this equation as per the law of mass action. We know that rate of reaction is directly proportional to the concentration of reactant. So dx upon dt, it's like this: dx upon dt is directly proportional to A minus X, right? So dx upon dt is equals to K. I'll remove the proportionality sign and put a constant. It's A minus X. So this is how we got this equation: dx upon dt is equals to this. So this is the differential equation. Now to get the relationship between concentration and time, what we do is, we will integrate this equation. We'll rearrange this equation and integrate it, right? So when we integrate this as per this formula. We got this, right? And KT plus C. So here T is equals to 0. So in order to find the value of C, right, just one more thing, integration of dx would be equal to x plus C, right? Or just to be for the formula, it's x. So here integration of dt would be t. K is constant, K will come outside. So integration of dt would be equal to t plus C. To get the value of C, we put this condition: initially at t is equals to 0, number of reactants decomposed would be 0, right? Because initially X is 0. So we get this value of C. So we put this value here, right? So now we'll again rearrange it, right, to find K. Right, to get the value of K, what we will do is, we'll just bring it over here. Just bring this here. KT is equals to A minus X, right? And we know that this is the formula again I'll be using: log X minus log Y is equals to log X upon Y, right? So here KT is equals to IN natural logarithm A upon A minus X, right? This is the formula: log X minus log Y is equals to log X upon Y. So here this log A minus log A minus X would be A upon A minus X. So K would be equal to 1 upon T ln A upon A minus X, right? This is your initial concentration. This is your concentration after time t, when X moles of reactants have decomposed. right? So we can write it like this also. We can write it, we can take A as initial concentration A0, we can take this as initial concentration A0, right? And this is concentration at time t, right, which is your A, right? It will look more simple if we write it this way. A in place of, this is your initial concentration, so this is your concentration at time t. It would be like this, right? So now what we will be doing is, if you want to find the unit of rate constant for for first order reaction, just quickly look at this unit of first order reactions. Unit is, this is concentration, this is concentration, right? So concentration upon concentration will cancel each other. We have here T, right? So I'll just write it here. It's like this: K is equals to 1 upon T equal to, this is like 1 upon sec, right? This is, let's say, moles per liter. This is again moles per liter, right? So these two cancel each other. Log, right? So here these both are cancelled, so we have this. So unit of rate constant is, unit of rate constant for first order reaction is 1 upon second, or 1 upon r. It's equal to 1 upon second, or this is the unit, right, for first order reactions. Now there is one more form. This is the main important equation for first order reactions. So let's apply more mathematics to it, right? This is K is equals to 1 upon T A upon A0 upon A. A0 upon A, right? I'll take this here, this will go here. It would be KT is equals to IN 0 upon A, right? This is E, right? We can write this in exponential form. Writing this in exponential form, which is e to the power of kt is equals to a. This is your initial concentration, this is concentration after time t. So the relation comes out to be e to the power of kt, where k is rate constant, t is time, right? This is the relation, this is the exponential form. This is again mathematics. I've used one formula to reach here, from here. The formula is if a is equals to log e b, then b is equals to e to the power of a. This is the formula that I've used. In place of a we have kt, in place of b we have this a0 upon a. So a0 upon a is equals to, if e is here, e to the power of kt, like e to the power of a, so e to the power of kt. This is the exponential form, right? So now we are done with the exponential form as well. Now we'll just look at the graph again. If you look at this equation, this equation again. This kt is equal to 2.303 log of a to the power of, if I change this natural logarithm to log and then I put 2.303 here like this, right? So here also the way we write this expression is this one, just take it from here, or this one. I'll write it as k is equals to 1 upon t. It's 2.303. This is 2.303 log of a upon a minus x. So k is equals to 2.303 upon t log of a upon a minus x. This is the standard equation, right? So here also we can put 2.303, or k is equals to 2.303 upon t log of a 0 upon a. This is it, right? So I'll change this equation and give it a straight line form. We know that straight line equation is equal to log upon a, and there's a formula we will be using again for log a upon b. Log a upon b is equals to log a minus log b. This is the formula told you before also. So here it would be, this is, we'll give it the form log y is equals to mx plus c, right? That is the form that we have to give to this equation. Right, so we'll write it as kt upon 2.303 is equals to log a minus log a. Right, so log a, since this is variable a, is equals to minus t upon 2.303 k, right? I'm just writing it like this. Plus log a. Right, now this is a straight line equation of the form y is equals to mx plus c, right? So here t is variable, k is constant, right? So if we I'll just write it over here, this is the correct form. T is your variable. So what we will do is we'll draw a graph between t and log a, right? A graph between t and log a. You can compare it with straight line equation y is equals to mx plus c, right? C is constant. This is a0 is your initial concentration, which is constant. This is variable. So here slope is m, the value x is your, x is again we can vary, so this is your, here x can vary, m is your slope, so t can vary, this is your slope. So slope would be equal to minus k upon 2.303, right? So if you draw a graph using this equation, if you draw a graph between log a, we'll take log a here, concentrate, this is log a is concentration of a, and then time t, right? You will get a straight line right here. If you increase t, then you get this more and more negative value, so it will be like this, the equation would be like this, right? So you get, if you draw a graph of this, since this equation is of the form of straight line, so you get a straight line between log a and t, right, whose slope is this, right? So slope of this line is this. So you can find the value of rate constant if you know the slope using this equation, right? So we are almost done with it. Now again we'll see one more thing. We'll just look at the half-life for first order reactions. Again, for the half-life, we'll put here x is equals to a by 2, right? So in this equation, k is equals to 2.303 upon t log a upon a minus x, right? So for half-life is time taken by the reaction to complete half, right? Half of the time taken to complete half of the reaction is your half-life, right? And the time taken to complete half of the reaction, when half of the reaction is completed, then the concentration of reactants would become half, right? Half-life t by half, so x would be equal to a by 2, right? Therefore k is equals to 2.303 upon t log a upon a minus 2, right? This would be 2.303, which will be half, t half log a upon a by 2, right? So this is 2.303 log 2a upon a, right? Just cancel log 2. So here is equals to half-life of this reaction will come out to be 2.303. I'll take this here, this is k, I'll take this here, 2.303, k will come down, right? So here log 2, this would be some value, so right, so this does not depend on, you can see that here you just have k, right? And when we calculated the half-life for zero order reaction, the half-life of zero order reaction depends on the initial concentration of reactants taken, but here the half-life of first order reaction does not depend on the initial concentration taken, right? So here we say that this value will come out to be t half would be equal to 0.693 upon k. This is your relationship between half-life and rate constant for first order reaction, and half-life of first order reaction does not depend on the initial concentration of reactants. So it does not depend on initial concentration of reactants, right? So I hope all this is clear to you. I'll just quickly recap this. First order reaction, wherein this is the differential equation which we will integrate to find the relationship between concentration and time. So this is the equation. So we reached here, right? So after removing natural logarithm, we multiply it with 2.303. This is the relation we got, right? Now the unit for this is 1 upon second or 1 upon hour, right? Whatever is the unit of time, right? This is clear. So here we'll draw a graph, right? So we'll change this equation to the form of y is equals to mx plus c, like this. Y is equals to mx plus c. We get a straight line whose slope is this. So if you know the rate constant, you can find the slope of the line. Now here half-life is the time taken by the reaction for its reactants to become half, right? So time taken to complete half of the reaction is your half-life, and at half-life the concentration of reactant would be half this, right? Using this we got this, and we find that the half-life of first order reaction does not depend on the concentration of or the initial concentration of reactants, whereas the half-life of zero order reaction does depend on the concentration of reactants. So I hope this is clear to you. Thanks.